Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and welcome back. The international break is over and the championship returns tomorrow night. And we are up for round number 6 across the next few days and then into a 3-game week. So you've had a bit of a break. Let's get back into it now. A big style with a 3-game week. Really looking forward to this. And we start the weekend, as ever, with our championship preview and predictions show for round 6. We are trying out an evening slot for this one now. We've normally done it at 1 p.m. So we'll try out the evening slot and see how we do. Let me know your feedback as ever. You know the deal with this show. We're going to go through each and every game and we need your predictions, your help, and we'll try and cobble together our idea of how this round is going to go. As you can see up there, we are very lucky and privileged to be sponsored by Betfair, who help us out with some odds on some of these games. So big thank you to Betfair, who sponsored this preview show all season long. Go and check out Betfair over on the website, but please gamble responsibly. BeGambleAware.org for more information on how to do that. And of course, it says F365 up there. We are partnered with Football 365, and we have good news in that regard because the fabled predictor game I've been telling you about for ages, it's ready. Unbelievable scene. So if you want to get involved right now, I'll give you a heads up now if you want to do this during the show. But I'm going to be using this quite extensively now because it's going to record my predictions all the way through the season. If you head over to games.football365.com/championship-predictor, I suspect if you just go into football365.com and find the games menu, you can get in there, go and sign up, and we can actually start recording everybody's predictions and we can actually see who's doing the best here now. Everyone gets involved, but maybe have that open at the same time and we can all see our predictions as we go. Even more good news, the Donovan brothers are back and they are sponsoring in terms of a fan sponsor, the preview show like they did last season. The Donovan brothers sponsoring in memory of their dad, Dennis, and brother, Mike, both sorely missed and cheering on Millwall from above. Lovely stuff. Thank you to the Donovans and a fine tribute, even if I do say so myself, to Dennis and Michael. Right, let's say some hellos quickly over in the chat. What's going on here? Zulu, Zach, Hamza, Coyle, Leeds 2021, Mr. E, Connor, Daryl, Kieran. Hamza wants the download the music. DM me, Hamza. I'll send you what it is. Evening to Katie, Yeshua, QPR Forever, Gaza, Alex, Finry, Ronald, Dan, loads of people here. I'm going to click on everybody. There we go. Worse, I think I clicked everybody's shout out there. Shall we get into this now? And you've got the running order down on the bottom. Remember, all our predictions are equal and as valid as others. But what I need from you, with your head on as a fan of one of these teams, I need team news. I need to know about bogey teams as well, because I think we've got one coming up in here and I'm trying to remember. So, so let me know team news and bits and bobs as we go through this. As ever, we are going to start at the top of the table, which is Fulham. So Blackpool versus Fulham, please. Let me know who you think is going to be winning this one. What is the outcome? Is it Blackpool? Is it draw? Or is it Fulham? Get involved in the comments. Blackpool, draw, or Fulham on this one. Fulham, 4 straight wins. Mitrovic, new contract. Mitrovic scoring. Wilson suspended. Wilson back. Munoz arrived and presumably acclimatised and what now? Looking very good, Fulham. Let me know if there's any injury news I need to know about on Fulham and get your prediction in, please. Blackpool, draw, or Fulham. Blackpool have had a couple of reasonably heroic-ish performances without getting a win yet. They got very close at Millwall to taking some points there with 10 men for most of the game. Lost. Came back from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 over at Bournemouth and had a late equaliser at Bristol City. They are without a win, Blackpool, and they are third from bottom. Get your predictions in for this one. Let's bang through a few. We might have a lot of name names. Fulham 1958. Who's missing for Fulham? As you can imagine, lots of people on a potential first away win here of the predictions. Everyone on, there you go, easiest home of the season. Everyone on Fulham. No Harry Wilson, it says in there. Well, they survived without him fairly well whilst he was suspended. There we go. Eddie says, no Wilson. Maybe Mitro, Ream and Robinson coming back from the States. Oh, yes. Interesting. Interesting. Anything can happen at home, says Katie. Well, I think I'm kind of with all of you lot on the idea that Fulham are going to be able to do this. We need to get into scores as well now. So the first thing I will do, away. Let's go for an away win there. But if you're going to join me over on the Football 365 Predictor app, look at this now. We're actually going to have to pop a score in. Let's go for a clean sheet for Fulham. We'll stick it in there. Go and log in on Football 365 and do that. And you can see our friends at Betfair will give you 11-2 on a 2-0 win for Fulham, which is what I have gone for there. Get involved in the games section over on Football 365. There we go. First one down. Where are we going next? We are going to West Brom versus Millwall. Any team news or whatnot? Let me know what you think. Get your thoughts in on this one. West Brom, draw or Millwall, and get thoughts, team news, theories, etc. in on this one. West Brom, draw or Millwall. West Brom also have 4 straight wins. Not quite as convincing as Fulham, given that they won one of those games very, very late on, but still 13 points from 5 games and 12 goals. Pretty imperious start by West Brom, you would have to say. Millwall finally got their win, but we will flag up the mitigating factor. We already talked about it in terms of Blackpool, that it was against 10-man Blackpool, and it was a late win as well for Millwall, who haven't quite clicked in. I dare say Millwall should be able to stand up to the set plays. They're good in that regard. A big sort of powerful presence at the back there for Millwall. So could be an interesting one. I'll plead the fifth and look at your comments. Let me know. It is West Brom draw or Millwall. West Brom up at home. Here, let's have a look. O'Shea out for 6 months. Not good news. Clark's still out for a while. Likely Kipre will return. If not, Brian will deputise. Just keen Brian in there. Let's try and get some of these up. A few people on a heavy win for West Brom. What we will say is that West Brom are a lot of fun and there's a lot of goals in their games. So far, 17 goals in the 5 games involving West Brom. That is only topped, I think, by Reading down the bottom there, who have had 20 goals in their games, but more to do with the goals against there, I think. Harry thinks it'll be a close one there. No right back for us, says Gaza. Centre-back injury crisis for West Brom. Apparently so. I might see Billy Mitchell again playing out at right back. There you go. Alex agrees with me on that one. Let's get all of your shouts up on the screen here. Ojo could make his debut. We could see Ojo getting involved there. God, this is a tricky one to call. I think it might be West Brom just by 1. I think it might be a tight one, but I am going with the favourites again. Home. Let's go for a home win. But I think over on the predictor app, I think I'm going to plug in a 2-1 here to West Brom. Let's plug it in and see what Betfair tell me. 13-2 for that one. Go and get involved over on the Football 365 predictor app. And we will move on to Reading versus QPR. My Twitter keeps getting filled up with Reading and QPR fans arguing about whether the game's going to be beamed back to Loftus Road. Feels like a playoff game or something already. Reading versus QPR. Get me Reading, draw, or QPR for this one. Pretty binary stuff, this. QPR have had a really good start. Reading have had a really bad start. Rangers are undefeated. They have 11 points from 5. They look like they are. We reap and we sow and we harvest, don't we? I think they might be harvesting a few good transfer windows worth of work, QPR, and they've made the start that a lot of us expected them to make, frankly. Reading, tricky start for them, and 4 defeats out of 5, only a solitary win in round 2 against Preston. The pressure is on for Veljko Paunovic in there. Get your predictions in, please, guys. Reading, draw, or QPR. Let's go to the comments and see what you guys are saying here. I don't know where they start. There we go. We'll start there with that one because it says QPR. Draw, QPR. Not a lot of love for Reading, I'm seeing here. Ajaria back in training. That's good news. Dan Drinkwater, Barbara Rahman, all available. Not sure about match fitness. I suspect we might see one or other. Maybe I think we might see 2 of them, mightn't we? 3-0 QPR. Not convinced by QPR yet. 1-0 Reading. Score draw. 2-0 QPR. I'm not going to read that out, but I assume that's a compliment. I'm just trying to stay cool. Whoever's commenting on my attire tonight. There we go. Not a lot of love for Reading in there, so I'm going to bear that in mind with my prediction, and I am going to go. I think I might go for a scoring draw in this one. Apologies to QPR fans who think they're going to sweep all before them. There were a fair few draws. Draw. Let's go for something a little bit fun. Let's go for a 2-2 in this one. A Desmond, as Matt Letizia used to say on Soccer Saturday. And I'm sure our friends at Betfair will give us good odds on that. 11-1. Woof. Are you up for that? Reading QPR have gone for a scoring draw. Most of the chat, though, or not a lot of the chat, going for Reading in that one. They think it's a QPR or a draw. Let's move on. Stoke versus Huddersfield, which, would you believe, is 4th versus 5th. I wouldn't have had both of those in the top 6 after 5 games. Get me your predictions in, please, guys. Stoke, draw, or Huddersfield? Stoke, draw, or Huddersfield? Huddersfield, hell of a little streak they've gone on. 3 wins in a row. There is some argument that the fixture list has been reasonably kind, but that's not to say that Huddersfield haven't done their job and look good. There's excitement there as well. Sorba Thomas looks great, doesn't he? Karoma back and firing. O'Brien not sold. He's in there. Coyle, the youngster. You know, there's a lot to like, isn't there, at Huddersfield? This will be a test, though, against Stoke, who are 1 place below them. They've accumulated 10 points, only the 1 defeat, and that came away at Fulham, where many people may lose this season. We will find out. Stoke looking good. Recruitment looks good. A lot of tidying up going on there. Let's see if the Fulham result was some kind of an outlier, or whether Fulham are going to just be an outlier in the whole division. Just go ahead and beat everybody. We will find out. Predictions, please, guys. Stoke, draw, or Huddersfield in this one, please. Let's have a little look at what you guys are saying. Here we go. Stoke, draw. Draw, Stoke. There's a Huddersfield prediction there. Stoke. This could be interesting. Should be good, shouldn't it? Stoke, draw. Stoke, draw. Stoke, you're fairly heavy on either a home win or a draw here in the chat. Stoke to edge it, says Dean. I'm going down that route. A big game for both teams. Either could kick on after a good result. Indeed. Let's get all your predictions up on the screen. Lots of people on a draw. I thought this was new Michael O'Neill this season. We can't just pull out a draw for him every time. I'm going to back Stoke. I think Stoke should have enough to win this, especially with the game being over at the... am I allowed to say the name of the Stoke Stadium? Being's my sponsor. I'm not going to, being it's being played in Stoke is all I will say. And I am going to go home, and I'm also going to call them winning by a couple. I think it's going to be open. 3-1. There we go. Woof. And you will get 13-1 from Betfair on that one. You can just see it over in the corner there. Do get involved over on the Football 365 predictor feature. I want to see names I know getting involved in that league. I want to see someone who's in here right at the top of that league, because it sure as hell ain't going to be me. Look, I'm going for a Stoke win, 3-1 in that one. Let's move on to Bournemouth versus Barnsley, two playoff teams last season. Bournemouth versus Barnsley. Get your predictions in, please. Bournemouth, draw, or Barnsley. Bournemouth, pretty good start. They've drawn both their home games, though. They drew 2-2 on opening day against West Brom, and then drew 2-2 from 2-0 up against Blackpool. A couple of good away wins into the bargain, though, for Bournemouth. Over at Birmingham, they got a 2-0 win and a 2-1 win at Forest. So they're looking for the first home win. Some interesting recruitment for Bournemouth as well. I think a few eyes on Ryan Christie. Jamal Lowe's jumped from Swansea to Bournemouth as well. Barnsley are confusing me at the moment, because the sense I get from the Barnsley fans is they're getting points when they're not playing well, and they're not getting points when they are playing well. And what the Barnsley fans are telling me is that the points return isn't matching the individual performances, and it's kind of going the other direction, which is all a little bit strange. Still bedding in under Marcus Schopp, aren't they? Which might favour this possibly in Bournemouth's favour. I think let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Just read this one first. Anderson, Kitching, Vita, Aller, Morris, and Williams out. Helic, not certain. He played a couple of minutes for Poland, didn't he? Aseka ready. That's enough for me. A few out. Let's just say. Do as FIFA say. The Stoke City Stadium. There we go. I'll ease off on that one. Right. What are we saying here? Bournemouth and Barnsley. 7 goals in this fixture. Oh, that's the previous one. Stoke and Huddersfield. Right. Bournemouth and Barnsley. Right. Here we go. Bournemouth. Barnsley. 3 new signings. Led from Bayern. Went for a visa. Had some horrible visa issues, haven't they? Poor old Barnsley, bringing in the boys from Belgium. Bedlam in Belgium. Anyone name that band? Draw Cherries. Not a lot going for Barnsley in here. Couple of interesting ones. Remember, get involved over on the Football 365, the game menu there, Championship Predictor. You will see. Put your money where your mouth is, but make sure you sign up with the same name so I know who you are, and we're not laying claim to anyone else's predictions. I am going to go with Bournemouth on this one then. Home. Most of you have done the same. Let's head over to the Football 365 page. Do we think lots of goals? I should go for a 1-0. Let's go for a 1-0 home win. Betfair will give you 11-2. By the way, they're going to add up my total price down the bottom, which could be a lot of fun by the end of this. It may be very, very long odds for 12 games, put it that way. Let's move on and go to Coventry versus Borough. Get your predictions in, please. Coventry, draw, or Borough in this one. Coventry, draw, or Borough. Let me know any team news or anything else I should know that you know that I maybe don't. Coventry have had a good start, haven't they? 3 wins from the first 5. They've got Victor Gyökeres firing, Callum O'Head. Had a couple of players to kind of replace with James and McCallum. It seem to have done that now, and it's quite joined up thinking, and a general good trend is the way I see Coventry. So they're up in 7th. Borough's an interesting one. They've only won 1 game, but they've only lost 1 game. It's very Warnock. And he's kind of gambled, hasn't he? A few players out that would have been fine, Morsey and Saville, and some European names coming in. Feels like a bit of a gamble at Borough. Go one of 2 ways. We'll see how they start away at Coventry, which is not called the Rico. It's called the Coventry Building Society Stadium. Arena. Stadium. No, it's the Rico Arena. Right, let's have a look at your predictions. You can still get them in, please. Coventry, draw, or Borough in this one. Callum feels they're going to continue the 100% home record. Coventry playing well at home, says Dean. Any other info? There you go, Cole. AC/DC. I always do AC/DC songs, don't I? Right, what are we saying here then? I think we'll start with Dimitar. Draw. Borough, Cov, draw, Cov, draw, Cov. I think that's an away win from Catherine there. 0-0. Cov, late winner. They've been good at getting the late winners this season. Connor is correct there. Vinny 2-1. Cov, draw, Cov. Score, draw. Peter's gone for a Borough win. Draw, Cov. Oh, this is a tricky one. Although you're in the main with Coventry, I think. Prediction page, Hamza. Let me give you a link. games.football365.com/championship-predictor. Did you get that? games.football365.com/championship-predictor. There we go. Right. Let's. I'm sitting on the fence here. I might have to go honours even in this one. Let's do it. Go on. Draw. Maybe there will be a late goal in this, like someone said in the chat. I am not sure. So I am going to go 1-1 on this one. Just put it up there. You'll get 5-1 from our friends at Betfair. You can just see it in the middle. I've just popped in a 1-1 draw on this one. Let's move on and we'll go to Birmingham versus Derby. Get your predictions in, please. Birmingham, draw, or Derby. If you follow me on Twitter, you will know this is the game we've done the tactical preview on Football 365. So if you do go to Football 365, I've done an article about this game. So if you're going to watch tomorrow night on Sky, give that a look. If not, just get your prediction in right now. Birmingham, draw, or Derby. I suppose we've gone long enough without mentioning Troy Deeney, who's obviously an interesting one in Birmingham. We'll see if he gets the debut there. Derby, well, we saw Josviak playing last night, didn't we? So he's not going to be used. It's been a decent start, actually, all things considered, for both clubs, hasn't it? Derby have only lost one game, and that was in the 100th minute down at Peterborough. And despite the age of their defence, they're defending rather well. Only 4 goals conceded in the 5 games. We did see that when Rooney's team was functioning well last season. They were good defensively. Birmingham have kind of been the same. In fact, they've got the best defensive record in the league, Birmingham, joint with Fulham. Only 3 goals against for Birmingham. Obviously, Deeney's going to be fun, and Chong is always fun. He's been a favourite on the channel already. Let's have a look at your predictions for this one. Birmingham, draw, or a Derby. Birmingham, draw, or Derby. Let's have a look up here. Screams a draw, says Geddes. Could be another Luton for Birmingham. 5-0. Ooh, interesting. Why is the United game always near the end? You try and figure that out the Blades way. Try and figure it out. See if you can do it. I bet you can. Blues, tough one to call. Blues, draw, Blues. Deeney hat-trick is, well, we've gone heavy on the Betfair, what do you call it? Bet build a treble that we have to do in our article. There we go. A couple of Derby ones. A few people asked me when I'm going to be back out at games. Probably into October. Enid will be a couple of months old then, and Shaylee will have had a second vaccine. So I feel safe to leave the house then. But yeah, we won't be at games very, very soon. There you go. He's worked it out. We're going in order of the league table, my friend. So yeah, you will have to wait for Blades until the end. Need to win some games then, don't they? That's always my answer to that one. Go on then. I'm going to get aboard the Troy Deeney train for this one. Home. Will Derby score? Will there be many goals? There will not be many goals in this game, I don't think. Let's go over to the Football 365 predictor. I'm going to plug in a 1-0, I think, to Birmingham. There it is in the top left. And look, there's not long odds on that, 9-2. So Betfair think that is fairly likely. You let me know what you think, and do get involved. Games.football365.com/championship-predictor. I want to see your names up on this prediction league now. Right, Forest versus Cardiff, which is going to be a watch-along on Sunday at 2:30. We will be watching along with that game on the channel. So do join me for that. But in the meantime, get your predictions in. Chris Hughton versus Mick McCarthy. It's going to be a rare old time, isn't it? Forest, draw or Cardiff, please, guys. Forest, draw or Cardiff. Get your predictions in. Chris Hughton needs a win because Forest are bottom. And did he save his job with the late goal by Brennan Johnson in the Brian Clough derby? I don't know. They'd lost the previous 4 games. They need a win really, really badly. Chris Hughton now, you're starting to look at the next international break, which is October 9 and 10. If there's 1 win or 0 wins then, I think we all know what's going to happen there, don't we? Cardiff are much higher in the table. It's quite surprising, actually. They lost to Bristol City. They'd looked in good nick and potentially to be going up into the top 6, but lost that, what do they call it, 7-side derby to Bristol City. We all know the big, horrible threat of Aidan Flint and Sean Morrison and Nelson, and Giles is getting the assist, and that's without mentioning Kiefer Moore, Marlon Pack, long throws and crosses. Yeah, they just make life very, very hard, don't they? What are you guys saying in the chat? Give me your predictions, please. Forest, draw or Cardiff. What are we saying? Here we go. Right, Cardiff, Forest, draw. 0-0. I had my eyes on that. Cardiff, draw. It's another 0-0 there. Edith, my grand's name. There you go. Daryl shares a name with my lovely daughter. Away, draw, Forest. Cardiff. Cardiff. Forest to delay the inevitable by winning this one. Interesting. Cardiff pile on more misery. Hopefully, I'm putting all your predictions up on the screen. I am going to do something quite predictable here, but I haven't done it yet. Draw. And I've got Hughton and McCarthy, and I haven't called a 0-0 draw yet. So I know I don't have to touch any buttons. But if you take a look, Forest Cardiff, bottom right, 0-0, it's already plugged in. 13-2 you will get for Betfair on Hughton and McCarthy to not serve up any goals is what I am going for there. Right, moving on. Predictions in, please. Blackburn versus Luton. Blackburn versus Luton. Get your thoughts in on this one. Give me Blackburn. Give me draw. Give me Luton. Let me know what you think. Not a lot of away wins in my predictions just yet. I don't know how you lot are going for away wins, but not many in mine. I don't know whether that will colour my next few predictions. So Blackburn in 10th position. Only 1 defeat for them so far. We made the whole of the close season in August all about Adam Armstrong, but that's, didn't kick a ball, did he? And they've kind of gone through. They've done all right, actually, haven't they? Without him. Only loss was to West Brom, who are obviously doing very well. What I will say about Blackburn is just a couple of games. I was talking to Ben HD about this on Championship 365, and where they've bucked the XG, let's just say, and got favourable results. Luton were quite good at that away from home last season. Luton seemed a bit punch drunk by that 5-0 defeat to Birmingham, but they did come back with a 0-0 and a clean sheet against Sheffield United in the previous game. Difficult one to call this one. Let's have a look. See what you guys are saying. There we go. Right. Blackburn, draw, Rovers, Blackburn, Luton, Blackburn, Luton, draw, Blackburn, As a home, there's a draw. Rovers got Diaz out as well. Oh, he's not Brereton Diaz now, Ben. He's just Diaz. It's all changed. Got loads of under 20. Ooh, that's interesting. They might be light there. Well, there you go. If Ben, who's a bit of a Blackburn correspondent for us, is going with Luton, then I feel fairly safe in doing the same. Go on, then. Go on. Away. Let's go for Luton to get the victory. And let's go with last season's pattern, where they barely scored any goals away from home and got loads of points, Luton. Let's stick a 1-0 win for Luton Town in there. You can get 9-1 from Betfair. And again, do get involved over on the Football 365 Predictor game, which is going to be a lot of fun. I want to see you in the leaderboard there, you lot on this channel. Come on, do us proud. Right, Bristol City versus Preston. Get your thoughts in on this one. Bristol City, draw, or Preston? And I think Annie already answered me. This is a bogey game, isn't it? I think Preston always beat Bristol City. Am I right? Someone will check me in the comments on that. Bristol City, draw, or Preston? Let me know your thoughts on this one. Bristol City, wow, what a difference 6 points in 3 games makes. They're in the top half. They've got 7 points. They've got a neutral goal difference. And we were a little bit worried after the first couple of games, but Andy Vyman banging in a couple of braces has helped out for Bristol City. They're just starting to stabilise a little bit now. Need to keep well above that point per game for things to play out how Nigel Pearson probably going to want them to. Preston, back-to-back wins after 3 straight defeats. They're going to be streaky under Frankie McAvoy. Interesting signing, the lad McCann in from Scotland for a fair bit of Wonga, we think. Get your predictions in then. Go on. Bristol City, draw, or Preston. Let's see what you guys are saying. Where can we start? There. Come on, Preston, but I'm saying 1-1. So Jonathan, draw. Bristol City. Preston, 3 in a row coming. Draw. Preston, 2-0 City. No bogey this season. Preston always beat Bristol City. City to run riot, says Stefan. The other way round. Preston, Bristol City, Preston. I think I'm going to go with the bogey here. So I'm going to play my joker, if that is allowed on this one, because we're using completely illogical logic. We're not using any logic, is probably what I need to say, and going for the bogey away. Let's go for an away win for Preston in this one. And let's stick a couple of goals on. Let's go 2-1 go on, 3-1. Why not? I haven't got many big scores in there. I'm way too conservative with my predictions. First time doing it on the Football 365 predictor game there. 2 more to go, guys. Let's do Swansea versus Hull. Sam Clucas Derby. Does that sound like it? Swansea versus Hull. Predictions, please. Swans, draw, or Hull. Let me know how you see this one going. Swans, draw, or Hull. Predictions in, please. Swansea, just that 1 win under Russ Martin so far in what I'm calling the ultra possession style that he is going to attempt to play in the Championship. Some interesting recruitment, though. Michael Obafemi has finally come in. I think Steve Cooper wanted him in January and didn't get him, and could have done with him, considering they finished 4th and lost in the playoff fund. I don't know whether that could have put them over the top. Obviously, Roberts gone off to Burnley, but they'd already brought in Laird, hadn't they? Who else went? Jamal Lowe, we mentioned. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting what's happening there at Swansea now. May still need a bit of time to settle it. Hull don't need to be settled because they won League One last season, so they're all fairly used to playing together. However, it was 3 straight defeats, and then I think it was a 0-0 last time, wasn't it, against Bournemouth. So they got 4 points from 5. Can we see them getting a winner here down in Wales? I don't know. You get your predictions in, please, guys. Swansea, draw, or Hull. Let's see what you guys are saying. That looks like a detailed one. Obafemi, Nitch and Williams all to make their debuts I like the signings. Can they all gel straight away? That lovely word we always talk about teams coming together. Right, what are we saying here? QPR forever, home, Swansea, Hull for Luke, Swansea draw, Pirro for a couple of goals for the Blades way there. Swans. People are quite high on Pirro. Nice. Okay, let's keep these going down. Boom. I think I've got all your predictions up on the screen. I might go a bit jokerish on this one. I'm going to do something silly now because I haven't got any high scorers. So I'm going draw, and I think let's just do this. Why the hell not? There's got to be a high-scoring game in one of them. Let's see what odds Betfair give us. On a 3-3 draw. How about that? Do you like that? Let's have a look. 50-1. I've gone for a 3-3 draw. Why the hell not? Let's just assume it's going to be nice and open. The ball's going to be flowing. The chances are going to be flowing. Maybe a couple of early goals and away we go. So I'll go for a draw and a very, very silly 3-3 draw. Right, last one. Sheffield United versus Peterborough. So get your predictions in. Blades, draw or Posh. Blades, draw or Posh. The Posh have had all their recruitment sort of tied up a long time ago, really. They lie 19th in the table. And it's one of those where late goals in the games against West Brom and against Cardiff, and they'd have another 3 points on there, wouldn't they? Could have had +2 from the Cardiff game and certainly +1 from the West Brom game. But ifs, buts and maybes and newly promoted teams, what you got to do, you got to last those games out. Get your predictions in. Blades, draw, Posh in this one. Blades, well, we're just waiting, aren't we? We're waiting. And one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to start winning or this is going to continue and Jukanovic is going to get sacked. It's very, very binary, this. They've obviously got shed tons of quality in there, haven't they? But they're not playing very well. Gibbs White's arrived, hasn't he? Ulson, the goalkeeper. They kept Sander Berger. That's very, very interesting. A high-quality player there. So let's have a look at your predictions here. Blades versus Posh. Let's have a little looky here. I reckon I have had a 0-0, Chris. I went for Houghton and McCarthy, didn't I? What are we saying here? Right. There. We'll start here. Okay. Hull, Blades. Draw for John. Draw. Maniac. Is that to do with... He's a maniac. Blades, 3-3. Why not? Someone's got to draw 3-3 once, haven't they? Blades, Posh. Blades, Posh, Blades. Drawing the 6-pointer. 0-0 or 4-4. 1-0 Posh. Let's keep getting all of these up on the screen. We're very, very mixed. And let's be honest, I can't really argue against either way round. You can see the nerves and the lack of confidence blunting the Blades, can't you? But you can also see them coming good and, you know, being able to beat Peterborough. So I do think they're going to get their first win, but I think I've said about 4 weeks running that they're going to get the first win. Home. Let's go for a Sheffield United home win. The first win of the season. The first win for Jukanovic. And let's go for a comfortable one. Let's go for a 2-0 win to Sheffield United over on the Football 365 predictor game. There you go. We have done it. I know I've plugged it lots and lots of times, but I really want you guys to go and take part. games.football365.com/championship-predictions, predictor, sorry. Go and get involved on there. I want to see some sign-ups from you guys. Let's have a little recap and see what price Betfair are going to give me for that whole abomination of predictions that I have just made. So we've got Birmingham winning 1-0 against Derby. We've got Fulham winning 2-0 at Blackpool. Blades beating the Posh 2-0. Stoke 3, Huddersfield 1. We've got Coventry 1, Borough 1. Baggies 2, Millwall 1. Reading and QPR 2-2. Blackburn 0, Luton 1. We've got Bristol City 1, Preston 3. We've got Bournemouth 1, Barnsley 0, Swans 3, Hull 3. We have got Forest 0, Cardiff 0. And if you stick a quid on that, what are you going to get? 26,250 to 1. So I'm going to hit submit on my predictions. Bosh, there you go. They are off. And I would love you to do the same. Locked in over on the Football 365 app. I think we can hang around and do a little bit of Q&A. So if anyone's got any topics they would like to talk about, I think we can hang around for a little bit and do just that. Let me do a couple of plugs first. And obviously a quick thank you to the Donovans, who are our fan sponsor for this show, in memory of our dad, Dennis, and our brother, Mike. Both sorely missed cheering on Millwall from above. Thank you to the Donovan brothers. They are back for the season. And, of course, thank you to Betfair and Football 365 for sponsoring the podcast. Check out the Predict a Game over on Football 365. And, of course, if you're going to have a little tipple on Betfair, please gamble responsibly. BeGambleAware.org. If you're here, we'll go to questions in a minute, I promise. Please give us a like, hit subscribe, ring the bell. We're teetering. We've stalled over the international break. So I want us over 19,200. It's kind of gone over. And then I think YouTube had a cull of dormant accounts. So try and get us over 19,200. That'd be great. And if you want to support financially, you can do so via Super Chat and Super Stickers. Hit that dollar button. And be sure, well, I sometimes miss them. I get in lots of trouble when I do, to read those comments out. Buy some nappies if that comes in. Absolutely. I'm in. You can see who's in. Oh, excellent. Good. We will have a look there. Will I be doing any Premier League? Nippon, probably not. It's going to be tough this season with my extra writing duties. I've got such a heavy schedule here. Do you think the amount of signings made by Ipswich could be a detriment to the season? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Massive clear out at Ipswich. So it could be a detriment, but it needed to be done. And if it takes time, it takes time. What are you going to do, hey? James, Birmingham surprise package. Yeah. I can't remember where I had Birmingham in my predictions, but if they were to finish in the top 10, that would be a surprise to me. I had them somewhere in the middle. So, yeah, potentially. They look fairly good for it, actually, don't they? Let's keep going here. What else are we saying? Blue Sky, sell Josviak for a decent amount in January to get some more depth in the squad. I'm assuming he's talking about Darby. It's a no for me until they get a takeover. You just don't want to be doing any business. And, that could be prohibitive to somebody buying if there's less saleable assets, for sure. There you go. Ben's Patreon is top notch. Well, thank you very, very much. Very kind. I feel like I've been doing too much plugging today. So let's answer the question. How do you think Danny Drinkwater will do at Reading? Strange how his career has gone. Mr. E, you've kind of answered or given my answer with that last statement. I've got no earthly idea how Drinkwater's going to do. Obviously, he was in that lightning in a bottle season at Leicester, wasn't he? With Kante, who's obviously extremely good next to him. And then he's just nosedived a bit. Could be exactly the right move, and he refines his level. But, he could be done. You just don't know, do you? You just don't know. Good luck to him, though. First manager to get the boot. Well, I'm looking at the bottom of the table. I see under the biggest threat, obviously, is Houghton, Jukanovic, Paunovic, Rowett are under the most threat reading up from the bottom because the expectations there are maybe greater than Hull, Peterborough, Blackpool, who've just come up. And obviously, Swansea have only just hired. Connor, what can I see from Niche? I'll plead the fifth on that. If anyone can help Connor out in the chat there, I need to see him play. Do you think there is another player that's important to his club as Jed Wallace is to Millwall? Off the top of my head, no. I can't think of any club that has that standout go-to player. No, probably not, Alex. Weekend travel, is it walkable back from West Brom to New Street? I think, isn't there like is it like a tram station behind? There's some kind of station right next to the ground at West Brom. Someone will tell us from West Brom. Chong for Ballon d'Or. There you go. I'm glad to see you working with Ben HD. Yes, go and check that out on. Again, I'm doing far too much plugging today. That's in my Twitter and all of that good stuff. What else are we saying in the chat here? How long before Ipswich click? They need to soon, Ben, because I think they've got Bolton. I know they've got Bolton at the weekend, but then got some hard games. So if they don't get the win against Bolton, they're not going to have, I think they're playing like Wickham and someone else could as well. Lincoln. I can't think. Anyway, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. There you go. It was a tram station, wasn't it? Richard, do you think Andre Gray will score goals in the Champ? I'm not sure, but I think QPR is probably the best place for him, being it's not too far. He's not had to uproot because he's been at Watford. He knows Mark Warburton, and they play quite nice open football with a front two often that will create him chances. So if he's going to, QPR's a good place to do it, I would suggest, but I'm not entirely sure. How many goals do I think Simmer will score? Now, you'll have to forgive me. Is this the new guy at Forest on loan from West Ham? Someone help me out. So many deals, so many clubs, so many players to think about. Not many if Forest keep playing the same way, but honestly, I don't know too much about the players. They don't let us thugs on the tram at the Hawthorns. Well, there we go. Keep questions coming. We'll do a few more minutes if you want to do some Q&A. Let me just do a few what's going on bits and bobs. I have a couple of gigs this weekend, so you will not see me on Saturday for the Saturday Super Stream. I'm having to pay the bills in the old-fashioned way, and I'm going down to Sussex or something to do a gig on Saturday, so I'm not going to be around for the Super Stream. But we'll go double bubble on Sunday. We'll be here, live watch along, Forest Cardiff 2:15. Then we will do the Championship review on Sunday night. So we'll go double on Sunday night. Okay, we'll be here at 2:15 and we'll be here at 7 as well, just to make up for that. What else was that? Oh, Stoke loan from Brighton, was it? Beg your pardon. Who's the guy that went from Silver or something? That's who I was getting confused with. Manager of the month. Corberon, possibly, given the expectations. 3 straight wins there at the end for Huddersfield. It's very easy just to look at the top of the table and say Silver, Ismail, Warburton. The biggest surprise there for me is Corberon. So I'd go Corberon for the manager of the month. Why did Bournemouth not buy a second striker? I don't know. Evidently, they trust Dom Solanke. Maybe one will come in, Luke, in January. We'll see what transpires there. But, yeah, they'll be a bit stuck if Solanke does get injured. Thoughts on a World Cup every 2 years? My thoughts on that are I don't particularly much like it. Everyone wants to be the highest grossing thing, don't they? The Premier League makes the most money, the Champions League. They want to do the Super League. They want to make the World Cup every 2. Everyone wants to be the one that makes the most money. And this is FIFA's push. But it'll completely make it so much less special, it being every 2 years. Don't like it. Jonathan, since Fulham and West Brom look likely to take the top 2, everyone, they're aiming for the top 6. Would you say League One is more competitive than this year's Championship? There's an argument League One could well be more competitive this season in terms of, comparing teams against each other. We'll see. You just never know with the Championship. You think 2 teams are going to shoot away and then you get 5 in a race, don't you? But actually, no, that's not true. Very rare that you get 5 in a race. Normally 2, 3 is the one, isn't it? 4 tops. Oh, 4 tops is a band, isn't it? Chasing and chasing. Troy Deeney to bag a debut goal. You would imagine so. The bookies are going to take a lot of money on Troy Deeney to bag a debut goal for sure. When is Nappers on? We'll get him on next week, obviously, for the international break. But yeah, you'll see Nappers doing the League One Daily Departed show with me. How was DK at Barnsley last year? Very good, Hamza. Very good indeed, actually. So yeah, that would be an obvious one for Ismail to go with. What do you think to rumours Rovers owners held the transfer money back from Mowbray in case they decide to move on from him? I think that would be a terrible operational decision, Ben. If your manager's not fit to spend the money, get him out. Do you know what I mean? Either back your manager and give him the money to spend, or if he's not fit to spend it, why are you persisting? I'm not making any judgment on Mowbray, who I like very much, obviously, but that I don't really like that as a tactic if that is indeed true. So not really the best way to operate, in my opinion. Keep your questions coming. We'll do a few more minutes here. This has been the Championship preview and prediction show. We're into the lovely Q&A section here, and the much promised Football 365 predictor game is up. So I'll even give you permission to leave the stream now if you go and do the Football 365 predictor game. Any more questions, I will try and give an answer, or topics, we'll try and get them going. If not, I will bid you farewell, and we will see you for some more content. Do check out Football 365, the tactical piece on Birmingham and Derby is up. The preview is written and will go up tomorrow. If you're on Patreon, you could already have read that. We've already stuck that up there. And we'll do a little article recapping these predictions here. How is Bond getting on at Ipswich, Richard? Good. Yeah, very, very good, actually. Obviously, lots of people saw that miss of his against Cheltenham, which was much gift. But, I think he's going to score a lot of goals. I think he's already got 3, hasn't he? And we're not playing well, so, yeah. Do I ever think they'll have a wage cap in the Championship? Yes, I do. That will come when they wage cap everything in the next 10, 15 years, presumably, to avoid the inevitable crash that we're probably heading towards. Would you rather Iain had brought home a Millwall fan or a Norwich? Oh, I don't want to think about that stuff. Alex, dearie me. We've all got all that joy to come. Referees, better or worse in the Championship? I'll have to plead the fifth on that, Gazza, because obviously I am, waiting for Enid to, become a little bit older before I leave her with Shaylee for long periods of time going to matches. So I haven't been in ground. So people always moan, but I think there was a couple of the Middlesbrough QPR game where Warnock went mad. I think there's been a couple of bloopery performances, put it that way. Will Dickie play for England in the next 2 years? No, I don't think so. He might well play for England one day. But in terms of England specifically and Dickie, that would mean the way Dickie would get to England in 2 years would be QPR not getting promoted this season, him being sold to a Premier League team, playing an entire Premier League season, and then probably being thrown into some kind of friendly. So I think it might be a longer run for Rob Dickie, but he could get there. But it'd be incredible if he did it in 2 years. That'd be quite the rise. Expectations for Obafemi? Well, the obvious expectation, Connor, is he's going to play in a team that's going to have lots and lots of possession. Can they create chances? Could be fun. Could be fun, Obafemi. So I think he'll score goals. Let's just see how Martin fits him into the system, because Pirro also looks good. Cheese on toast or cheese toasty? What do I call it? I like the Breville sandwich thing. Other brands are available. I don't really want to talk about hungry fans and chanting. I just find that depressing, Luke. I'm afraid. I'm sure it's a hot button topic, but tips for soon-to-be parents. Yeah, do it. Only if you're ready, of course, would be my only tip there. Right. I think that'll do us, guys. We've done a fair bit of Q&A. Thank you for joining me today. If you want to shout out, let me know, and I'll bung it up in the advert at the end of the show. That has been our Championship preview and prediction show for round 6. We'll round this up in a nice little article on Football 365, of course. And it is a big thank you for all your comments. Let me know if you want to shout. I'll put them up in the advert. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.